Oh, I made it, guys. Sorry about running late and everything. Man, I got down deep in the woods. I've been working on some things for y'all, trying to get some footage. Ran into some outstanding other hunters that were down there hunting the red dirt cryptids. But tonight, I've got Calvin on with us again, and he's always a pleasure to talk to. He always has good information. He ran into something though that I'm glad it was him and not me. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about that tonight, and I hope everybody can hear me good right now. Right? Am I coming through good? Make sure y'all can at least hear me. Make sure I got everything working right. Hey Scott, can you hear me good? Hi Debbie. I've been playing in the woods. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, yes, Sharon, they are. They're good people. All right. Everybody's starting to come on in now. All right. We're going to be talking to Calvin tonight. Calvin is he goes out and helps people. He goes boots on the ground. He goes and helps people. I was down in the woods. Sorry about running late, guys. I deep down in the woods and ran into some things. Found some things I'm going to investigate later. Got a sunburn, burn, and everything just was crazy. But I did meet up with Red Dirt Cryptid. Had a good conversation with them. We're going to be working together in the near future. But Calvin's back with us, and I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. That way we can get to start the show going and won't hold y'all hostage any longer.
Hello, everybody.
All right. I finally made it, Calvin. I was playing in the woods.
Well, we was too today. We was playing a little bit. Me and the guys. Everything
It's
people think everything that happens is either a Bigfoot, a dog man, or some kind of monster,
yes, yes.
and it
So
and it turned out to be wild dogs.
wild dogs.
Yep.
But on your adventure before this one, something wanted to come and play with y'all. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it wanted to come and play. It didn't want to come play with me. It wanted to come and play with Tim and them. But I'm glad it didn't come play with me because
So
I didn't know how to deal.
to kind of clue everybody in, Calvin went to help. We're not going to give any names. An anonymous person that was needing help, and Calvin, I believe, you took your whole team down there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I think when they got there, they were surprised at some of the things they seen. I'm going to let Calvin kind of lead y'all up to what they went down and seen, and kind of what your first reaction was, and what y'all first started seeing.
Okay. When we first got there, it was when they first contacted me, the couple, they said they had dog men activity on their property. So we all prepared for, the usual hunt and everything. Got all of our gear and everything, and we made a 6 hour drive one way and get down there. We were there Thursday evening. We set up the RV and we're all camped out and everything. And there's nothing happening that evening. But Friday we start, looking for sign and everything. Didn't find any sign of any kind of cryptid. But that evening it started coming around, and it wasn't a dog man. It was they were black dogs. They run in a pack. They had no tail. They had a reddish tint to their eyes, with like the center of their eye was like amber color. And so we opened up on them. We fired rounds into them, and Nothing dropped, no blood, no nothing. And me and my guys are all ex-military, so we know how to fire a weapon, and we know how to take stuff down. But these things just didn't go down. They just ran the same direction they was going, making this little weird noises that they made. Okay, so that got us all puzzled. So we went back to the camper, which were in the couple's front yard, and the gentleman came out. We was talking to him. He said, "So that's not what those are." I said, "No, I don't know what these are." So we stayed from Thursday night till Sunday evening, and we encountered them two more times. One time we didn't bother. We just observed. The last time we got we got close to them and we fired again to see if we could do anything. But yes, again it was like we all missed. And then Tom, he's the guy on my team. He was making fun and mocking these things. And we found out. We started looking and found some demonic material like this planet oil with their pentagrams made out of wood. Some made fun of me in the street and they painted them on all these other symbols and stuff. But he kept making fun and mocking everything. So come to find out, the guy we've been helping, his brother, is a dark priest. This guy's in on it. He didn't tell us that, it's demonic and everything down there. So we got kind of upset, said a few things. So we left. A couple of days later, Tom calls me, "Hey, I've got a problem." I said, "What's your problem?" He said, "I think something followed you." I said, "What do you mean you think something followed you home? You either know or you don't." He said, "I'm getting tapping on the side of the house." He said, "My car's got scratches on it." I'm okay. So we'll come down and check it out. So we did. Didn't see nothing at home, but that night you could hear it, but you couldn't see nothing. So we left and said, "Well, we have to think about this, see what else going on." So we went back to, home. And me and a couple of the other guys on the team, we got hold of some people and started talking and researching, and everything led to it being demonic. And Mike even told me it sounded more demonic to him than physical. And I said, "Well, that's what I'm leading. That's what I'm starting to lead to there." So we go back second time to Tom's. Uh, this time we take Pentecostal and a Baptist preacher. So we got a Pentecostal preacher, a Baptist preacher, two Catholic priests. They go down, Pentecostal and Baptist guy. They're inside the house and they're blessing the house and they're praying and all this, like they're supposed to. And the Catholic priests go out, they sprinkle salt. I had no idea why they sprinkled salt. I didn't know salt had anything to do with the spiritual world and demonic world. I always just put it on my food. But, that's a soldier for you. You don't think outside the box too much. But yeah, it came down to that. And we sit there all night, didn't hear nothing or anything. But here's the thing from, let's see, then, let's see, it's what, 13, 14 days, 14 days since, no, it was, yeah, 14. It was on Friday night. Uh, he hasn't heard nothing or anything. He's went back to normal. And what the that one Catholic priest told us was that, yeah, it was spiritual. It wasn't physical. So,
So what you all went down thinking you were going to engage cryptids, you ended up engaging paranormal.
I've never encountered anything like that before. None of us. We've always dealt with living creatures or living people. Back on the employment stuff. Everything was quiet. It's the first time we've ever encountered anything that weird. I tell you right now, I hope I never encounter anything like that again. But I have
That's
no
what we
idea
was
how.
talking about. Kind of what me and you were talking about the other night. How there's a separation between the physical and the spiritual. That they're not the same, but they're always there together. And it's that spiritual that'll trick you and end up, piggybacking a ride home with you. You get home and think the mission's over, and sometimes the mission is just starting. And one of your members, he was. It's kind of hard to hear you. I think because you're up on the hill, so the members kind of know. One of your members, they kind of taunted it, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. They made fun of it, mocked it, taunted it, and everything, and it followed him home.
Do they have any children at home?
Yeah, he's got a small boy, and it was like directed towards his bedroom. Uh, at the end, at first it was just all over, but they had like a direct, like, drawn over to his bedroom and was taking care of it. They was like
Kind of
knocking
like
on the window and growling and all this stuff. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we're having a thunderstorm right now.
yeah, I could tell you're way up in the hills. That's what I want people to understand. Is you? I've seen pictures of where Cal lives, and let me tell you guys, he could step out his door, launch a 50 caliber bullet any which way he wanted to, and it ain't going to land nowhere but on him. So yeah,
Yeah, really.
he's in the middle of nowhere. Uh, you know, them dogs that you're talking about, Cal. You know what that made me think about?
Hellhounds.
Made me
That's
think
what I
about
thought.
that Girl Scout. Remember the Girl
Oh
Scouts, the
yeah,
black dog?
yeah. Yeah, the black dog. Yeah, I remember.
That popped right into my mind when you mentioned black dogs. It seems like at all these things where they have these spiritual encounters, there's a black dog.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole pack of them down there,
So
and
maybe that's
apparently,
something we need to. Maybe that's something to put in our book now. We got the moon. We know in the waning and crescent. The waning and waxing,
yep,
and we got the water. So now we got the
yep,
black dog. So we're starting to learn things, anyways, as we go on. I mean, we're
and
starting to.
really, well, that's what we're in this for, is to learn.
Right. And y'all aren't shooting light ammunition at these creatures. I mean,
No,
you're shooting.
no, no. I myself am shooting 458 so uh,
Yeah. If that doesn't take it
yeah.
down, then I don't want nothing to do with it.
No, Stephen at the time he's shooting a 416 rig.
I just got back tonight, and this is all I had with me. So I
I
had my
told you
baby
you're
with
gonna
me.
have to. I told you you're gonna have to get something heavy,
Well, I had
especially if
the
you're wanting to do this. Especially if you want to do this overnight by yourself.
yeah, I had that dragon. I had the dragon with me that Jeff sent me, Jeff Townsend. I had it hanging over my back. So,
Okay.
and I had two extra magazines on me. And
Uh,
I
I,
may or may not have had rounds on me that, well, we'll leave it at that, that are hard
yeah,
to
let's leave
stop.
it at that. Yeah,
Uh,
that's. Uh, I know everybody in the audience tonight, as I was talking to them earlier, has like you need to talk him out of going by himself. You need to talk him out of going by himself.
yeah.
And one of the girls asked me, "How are you going with me?" Unfortunately, not this time.
Yeah. I think that in our business or in our jobs, your job, probably more your job than mine, we're out on patrol a lot of times and we're by ourselves and we just get used to taking care of. issues alone. And I mean, it's always nice to have backup, but anymore it's so hard to have good backup that you can trust. But sometimes it's just better to go by yourself.
Well, if you can't trust your backup, you're better off by yourself
Right.
because if you can't trust the guy to your left or to your right, then why have them with you? Because
Right. And you guys, you go, you guys, you and your team, you go far, and beyond. You all actually go to people's houses and you help people with these incidents. I mean, Calvin and them, they travel, guys. They actually go to these places and they help people. So if any of y'all are like having super bad, you know, cryptid flesh and blood problems, get a hold of me. I can get a hold of Calvin at my email, and he'll help you out. But I think he's on the same page as I am. We don't want nothing to do with the spiritual world. We'll just let Jesus take care of
no,
that.
yeah, physical. I like to take the physical and turn them into the spiritual. But
Right,
if they're already
right,
spiritual, I don't want to deal with it
right.
because it's
And
crazy.
on your way back, did y'all have anything weird happen on your way back? Like maybe the spirit was with you when you was on your way back. Did anything happen odd?
Well, the odd thing is the RV started to overheat, and it it's got a new radiator, and all the hoses are clamped down and everything. We popped it and looked at it, and for some reason it was just overheating. There was no leaks or anything,
Right.
so I don't know. But if I can help anyone out, we will. We'll come to you. We do not charge a dime. We do this all on my dime. I don't believe in charging people for help. Never have, never will.
They go and help people, guys, because they care and they know what it's like to be tormented by these creatures. And you know, my granny, she went through it. My mom and them, they went through it, and it's absolute hell. I mean, there was times when I was at my granny's house that I didn't want to be there, and there should never be a time that you don't want to be at your granny's or at your home. Uh,
No,
did the dogs, when you shot at them, did they whimper or
no, nothing,
nothing?
nothing.
Man,
And I mean, it's like they was like at a little slow, like trot. They wasn't like full steam ahead. When we opened up, they stayed at that trot. They didn't run. They didn't flare off or nothing. They just making this weird little cackling noise.
what was they doing to the homeowners? What was their main complaint? What was happening before you arrived?
Well, he don't have no chickens no more, and he had. And the thing is, they didn't need them. The chickens were just dead. They were out there in the coop dead. They wasn't torn up or nothing. It's just like they had a heart attack or something, and they couldn't sleep because even when they would try to sleep, it was like they couldn't. It's like insomnia, and just you know, and it felt heavy. The atmosphere around the house, in the house, everywhere just felt real heavy. It's like you ever walked into a place that's like hot and it's all heavy. It was
Right.
like that when we got there, but after we left, it had calmed down. So I don't know. It's
So these
just
people, they probably need a preacher more than they need a bullet.
yeah.
And a lot of times I think that when we go out, we don't know what we're going to encounter. We we have our ideas, our plans, our goals, but you know how that goes in the field. That can go either way.
When you're in the field, you have no plans.
Yeah,
You
most of
got
the time it's gonna go the way you don't want it to.
yep, yep. Everything's spontaneous. We learned that out the hard way.
You learn that in the sandbox.
Oh yeah, learned that hard in sandbox real quick. Okay,
Yeah,
Randy.
Randy, I'm in Oklahoma. You're if you want to tell them, they want to know what state you're in. That's up to you. I don't know if you want to share that information.
Uh, is Scott still in the audience? Hey Scott, you still there?
Yeah, Scott's here.
Yeah, I'm in the great state of Kentucky, same as you, bud.
Uh, JD says if you're dealing with hellhounds or brother, they got your scent, all of yours. Bless your bullets with holy water and use salt rock and shotgun shells to give you a chance. You can pour salt around yours. Some
I've already taken care of that. I had the Catholic priest. They blessed the weapons and the ammo we have now, so we're good.
good.
If we ever do that again, but I'm not dealing with it again.
Yeah, we're definitely. I'm a flesh and blood investigator.
That's me.
That's
I
where I.
can't.
That's where I keep it. Hi, Lanita. Yeah, Lanita. Actually, I was really deep down in the woods, but I was in good company. I ran into Red Dirt Cryptids down there. I spoke with them. A very good bunch of guys. They what I wasn't armed with, they was. So I was in good company, and they're going to be staying the night tonight at a very hot location down around my area. So check out their channel, and they're going to be, I think, camping at least tonight, maybe 2 nights. I'm not sure, but they should end up with some good footage. Uh, Sharon says not too far from me in Tennessee.
No, not far at all, Sharon.
Yeah, you got to watch Sharon. She's a troublemaker. Not really. She's not. She's a good. She's been on here a long time. I just give her trouble. Uh, yeah. Whenever what was their house in the country that you went to, or
Yeah,
did they have a lot of coverage, a lot of trees and brush, or was it?
it was all coverage. It was all they were sitting on 200 acres, and maybe I think what she told me was like 8.5 acres was all that was cut. So it was all just thick woods, and I mean thick. You couldn't even see into it 15 yards without trees and vines. It was really thick. It reminded me of being in the jungle.
Wow. So they definitely got a lot of places to hide there, huh?
Oh yeah, they got a lot of places. And the problem is, you got her husband and her brother-in-law doing all this satanic stuff. So they're just asking for trouble. No matter who goes down there and tries to get these people, they're a waste of time because they're not want. She's wanting help. Her and the old lady, her mother lives with them. They're wanting help, but until you get rid of him, his brother-in-law, and all of their little, I guess, followers, uh, church members, whatever you want to call them, um, until you get rid of them, there's not going to be any peace there. You're going to stay there. I mean, they're openly
So a lot of their problems is stemming to what their brother-in-law is pretty much bringing them, right?
exactly. I believe he's the whole cause thing. He's an art priest. So, like I told him, I said, if you truly want this to stop, I can put one in your brother, and we'll see if it stops that way. And he's like, no. I was like, okay.
Yeah, his brother is a dark priest. Oh, there's Bill Bowers is in Veneta. He's up really close to my area. Calvin, a person wanted to know what was your scariest hunt?
My scariest hunt was in Cumberland. We is uh, like 2.5 miles down past the falls, and we got up in a little ravine, and we got pummeled by rocks on both sides. Uh-oh. And when we started to try to back out, they started throwing logs down, and one came close to hitting one of my guys. And at this time, I told him I was on fire because we we was told it was a nursery, small one. I said, don't fire whatever we do. Don't fire because if we hit one of the small ones, we're not making it out. None of them. They'll kill us before we even have a chance. They have the upper ground. And anytime you have the higher ground, you got the fight's over. So you always want the higher ground in a fight. Because the person on the lower ground, he has no place to hide because if he has behind a rock, guess what? You're above that rock. You've seen him. You can, you know, pop a rock over off his head. And then, when they start throwing the logs, that's when we opened up. That's when I said, let them have it. And
They love to throw
that,
logs, rocks, and sticks. I don't know what it is about that.
I don't know. And I'll tell you what, the rocks are the size of
Lisa
bowling
wants
balls.
to know. Yeah,
What?
Lisa wants to know, what is a dark priest?
He's he's a priest of Satan. Is pretty much what the lady at the house told us. He's a satanic priest.
I had a person, I missed their comment, but they said that you have to have silver to kill werewolves.
No, you don't have silver to kill werewolves.
I don't think so either. I think that they're flesh and blood just like us. I think that the silver came from probably back in the medieval days when there were a lot of silvers running
Yeah,
around.
that and comes from Jonas or Judas rather, because he took the 30 pieces of silver. That's where it came from too.
Yes. BC Hound said the audio is kind of hard to hear. And again, Cal is up in the middle of nowhere. We're lucky that we can even see and hear him tonight. We have a lot of trouble communicating ourselves. But
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna have to stay at the shop one night to do this. That way I'm close. I'm not up on the mountain and I got better reception. But you got
no, Janice said she didn't miss you much. No, just we were just talking about pretty much. Cal went on a mission to help somebody, him and his team, and he had a teammate that was mocking. I would say it's a demon, and the demon
yeah,
followed his teammate home, and they had to get priests to get rid of it. It pretty much settled on one of his teammates' child's bedroom.
yeah. And as far as silver killing a werewolf, let me see. Does that look silver?
Yeah, that's a
And
big
no,
old bullet.
that's not silver. Just full metal jacket. But that'll do the job.
And
If
that's what
it
I tell a lot of
breathes,
people. That
yeah, you don't have to have silver. Shot placement's a
you
good
punch a
thing
hole,
though.
you punch a hole through something vital, and it's over.
Oh yeah. Or you can do it like I do it, punch a lot of holes. Punch a lot of
Let's
holes
see.
is even better.
Yes. Sharon White Whitson, man, I can't talk tonight. She said, I think Dogman is more aggressive than a werewolf. Well, Sharon, my opinion, this is just my opinion. I think they're the
Fine
same thing.
also. Yeah, I think
That's
they're
what
the
I think.
same thing. One and the same.
Uh, like we talked about the other night, you got Chihuahuas, you got Great Danes, you got Rottweilers, different colors, different sizes. And then I had a lady say, well, explain the snout. Well, A pug don't have a snout, but a German Shepherd does. So I think they
Yeah,
come in all different forms, but same family.
yeah. The Lucas family.
Let's see. Spooktator Bob says, "Would you rather carry heavier, more powerful rounds, or go lighter and weaker but more rounds?" Me personally, I like to carry smaller but more penetrating rounds in my sidearm. But my main carry weapon, I want it to put the biggest, most ugliest hole in something that it can. Uh, I don't know if
Well,
y'all are taught in the military. We're taught in the police department that our sidearm is only to get us to our main weapon.
well, in the military, our rifle is our main weapon. Our
Yeah,
sidearm is just secondary.
it's
Uh,
just to get you to it. It's to get us to our trunk. That's all it is.
yeah, yep. Uh, but as for me, I carry a 458 SOCOM. I carry 12 magazines, so it's 120 rounds of 458. And my sidearm, I carry, I carry 50 rounds from the sidearm. And, I carry the Smith& and Wesson Model 500. So both of my nasty hose things.
Right. Scott says, "So do they both have tails or not?" I think if they're all one and the same, there's dogs that's born without tails, dogs that do have tails. I think it's all the same family.
Well, the first DM I seen, the one that I had my first encounter in Harlan, Kentucky, he had a little tail about maybe, I'm going to say about 14 inches long. And I didn't know that until he stood up and turned around and jumped over in the hollow after that old doe deer.
Right.
That's that's when I seen it. But again,
Chickadee
I
wants to
seen
know.
one
You got a lot of questions tonight. Chickadee wants to know if you think there are more dogmen or hellhounds.
like in general or at my last hunt.
I think she means in general. What do you think there's more of
I
out
think
there
they're
right now?
more hellhounds, or not hellhounds, but dogmen.
Yeah, yeah. I think what you got over there was that dark priest was causing a lot of their troubles, leaving the door wide
Yeah,
open
that was
for demons.
that was yeah, that's the only issue they have. They don't have no cryptic issue. They just have a demonic issue. If they was to get rid of the husband and the brother-in-law, that lady, their child, and that old woman, they would be perfectly safe. They wouldn't have to worry about nothing no more than a hungry raccoon at night.
Right. Katie wants to know how long have you been hunting these monsters, helping people?
I started off hunting in 2006 because I had my first encounter uh, in November of '05, and we started helping people out in 2009.
Okay, this guy's asking a question that I knew was going to happen. I'm going to like this question. Dogman can disappear into small orbs. As humans, we have half Bigfoot DNA. They are supernatural. In fact, I don't believe them to be supernatural. Uh, Jesus,
No,
said in the Bible that no flesh can open doors that he opens, and it cannot close doors that he closes, and that he is the only one that's ascended and descended in a glorified body. I do believe that if, and this is an if because nobody's an expert in this, but if these creatures come from the Nephilim blood, I believe there is that family connection that could cause demons in 25% of the cases to follow these creatures, which could cause paranormal activity during an encounter. But as far as flesh going to the spirit world or spirit going to the flesh world, Jesus said, flesh is flesh, spirit is spirit. And I stick with that. That's my opinion. That's my theory and my belief. Not pushing it on anybody, but that's where I stand with it.
that's where I stand. But God's first and foremost, in my opinion, and I
And
I
in
do believe, and I do believe it's with God. us doing our prayer before and after the hunt is the reason that we're still here.
I think so too. These things, these orbs and all that. People talk about it, and we know that the demons are disembodied. We know that they wanted a body so bad that they even asked Jesus for permission to go into the pigs. If they could manifest into something physical, then they would have had no reason to beg to go into the pigs. So I think that's a pretty good explanation of they cannot materialize. The story of Job. Remember what God told Job? He set a boundary. You can do anything to
Yeah,
him except for killing. You cannot touch him. You cannot kill him. And they were stricken of those rights. Angels, they still have those rights because they work for the glory of God. And that's just my
yeah.
opinion. That's my you know. And I know that
Oh yeah,
my theories and using it. When we go to the field, every time I've told something like that to leave in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, it's left. So I have to stay with that.
I don't blame you there. I agree with you 100% on that.
If it ain't
You
broke, don't
know,
fix it.
yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it's broke, just shoot it. Works for me.
Uh, Dennis says, "You're wrong, brother. I've had visits from both Dogman and Bigfoot. You're so very wrong. I'm not saying that Dogman and Bigfoot don't exist. I'm not saying that
No.
I know they exist, but what I'm saying is the spiritual part of it, we have to remember that the enemy is deception and he will deceive you. And if he's there, he can make you see things like a magician. A magician can make you believe something's happening that's not happening. Whatever he does is still generic. It is not real. It's generic. It is deception and you're being deceived. And that's just my theory, my opinion. And I may be proven wrong someday, but I don't believe so. I believe Jesus controls all of it, and I believe there was a standard set that can't be broken, and his laws are his laws, and that's just how it is.
Oh, I know for a fact they both exist. But
Yeah, matter of fact, I want to thank you for serving too. Cal was in the 101st Airborne. He was a ranger, and he served our country, and I want to thank you for your service.
thank you. That means a lot to a vet. If someone, showing, just saying those simple words, thank you. That's more.
It,
That
it
means
means a
more
lot to
to.
me.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. That means more to us than you buying a steak dinner. And I'm a big boy. I like to eat.
I'm not near as tall as you are, but I'm big the other way. I like to eat too. It wouldn't do me. I need to go out and do a little bit more walking.
I need to put some more miles into. I'm starting to get a little flabby. It's that
Yeah, I've
damn
had too
bluebell
much
ice
cocoa.
cream. It's that damn bluebell ice cream.
Yeah. Oh man! But you're locking you for your service right now, Calvin.
Thank you.
So Sharon Whitson, she says deception is key in Revelation, and I believe we're in the end of time, but not sure how much time as no man does exactly. It's all deception.
Yep.
It's all his great plan of purpose. I even would go as far as to say he is here to. He is the perversion of God's word. You know.
Sharon, you do got a good point there, though. I believe we're starting the end of time. Because here lately, there's been times you can't tell the seasons apart. And it says towards the end of the times, you will not be able to tell the four seasons apart.
true. I think people better prep. You better have food. You better have extra stuff.
Yeah, because you might have somebody like me come through the door.
Yep, because people, whenever they run out, they're going to come for what you got. So you better be ready to
That's
defend it.
exactly it. You better
I
get
think
trained.
the Bible even says, brother on brother.
Yep. Had a neighbor back in when the Y2K bug goes to hit and wiped everything else out. And he didn't believe in guns, didn't believe in fights. He was, I'll call the cop. Go ahead. It takes him a long time to get here. But,
Especially
he
up the
was,
mountains.
yeah, um, he was like stockpiling all these canned goods, all these jugs of water and everything. And, we was in service at the time. Uh, he's like, what are you going to do when y'all run out of food? I looked, I said, how? I said, what do you mean? When the Y2K hit, y'all going to be without food. How's that? He said, because you're all not stocking up. Brother, we are the United States Army. We are stocked up. And if it gets bad enough, then we have guns. You don't. Who do you think's going to go hungry tonight? Me and my guys, or you and your family?
Yep, that's it.
And I'm telling you, I like my beef jerky. I get hungry enough, I'll know on you dog.
Lana, you got a good question. She says, therefore, that Joshua translate to Joshua, yet they say the name of Jesus claimed that it has some sort of power. So I'm confused as what the real name would it have power over in the enemy. I believe that Joshua, God, Father, He knows when we pray with our heart who we're praying to. Uh, he knows our heart. He says He knows our heart. He knew us before we were in the womb. Uh, he knows us inside and out. He's the creator. He knows, from the beginning to the end, but from the end to the beginning. And when we pray, He knows what we're praying and who we're praying to, and He steps up and takes that battle, that battle for us. And it just shows how amazing, our Father is. That He knows when we talk to Him. The Holy Ghost. It knows who we're talking to, and the Holy Ghost guides us. And Jesus, Joshua, as long as you know who you're talking to, I don't think it matters. I think he knows our heart, and that's the most important. Is He knows our heart. I know there's a lot of evil things out there right now, and you know we need to pray for Red Dirt Cryptid tonight. They're out in a very hot spot that I've showed them, and they're staying the night there tonight. So prayers to them. I look forward to talking to them. I'm going to try to have them on the show, guys. Cal, I'm going to try to have them on the show and find out what happened because they're right in my neck of the woods. I mean, I can go out right now and be down there with them in 15 minutes. I'm
Oh,
giving them a taste. I'm giving them a taste of it. So I look forward to seeing what happens.
yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious on what's going to happen. You said they was heavily armed, right?
They are heavily armed. Yeah, they can
Oh,
definitely take care of themselves.
well,
Uh, they are some
definitely want to
people
know
that
what happened.
me and you could sit at a campfire and talk all night, and there wouldn't be enough hours in the night. That kind of people, really good people.
Oh, that's my kind of men. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, they are. They're really good people. Calvin, got another
Yes,
question for you. Does Calvin have any pics or videos to share of these creatures? Do you all photograph, or do you mainly just go in?
we well, that falls under common. Tom, the guy that just had him follow him home, he is our tech guy. We do have some video. We have some pictures that's going to be released when time's right. Because right now we're trying to
Are
stay
y'all
under the radar. We're trying to stay under the radar so nobody in the government comes snooping around.
are you guys going to open your own channel? Is that your plan maybe down the road?
Yeah. Uh, what he's saying within the next, let's see, by the end of summer this year, we'll have our channel up. And
I look forward.
what I'd like to do is go ahead and sister it with yours, like partner up with it.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what y'all are doing out there, especially the video and the pictures. You got to have some good stuff.
We got some good stuff. We got stuff. We got a couple videos that will make your hair turn white.
Mine already has. I'm getting there.
Yeah, my beard is. Um,
Oh man,
but
I'm
we
trying.
want to get you,
Mine's
we want to get you down here to Kentucky. Is what we're wanting to do.
hey, I want to hear some of that bluegrass music too. I love bluegrass.
Oh yeah, bluegrass is awesome. Uh, but yeah, you know, Steve said if you was to come down, he'd let you play with his baby.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm getting attacked.
Darn
Oh, I'm being attacked by a midget.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Lana says they're going to use extraterrestrials, supposedly taking these people in order to start a war against the holographic ETs. I believe that. I do believe that there's going to be a great deception.
oh yeah, I do
A-
too.
alien, aliens are nothing more than demons and holographs. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I could agree with
Because
that.
my question is, why do our F-35s need holographic projectors added to them? I'll leave it at that.
Shouldn't have to have one. Period. We shouldn't have to have nothing like that. Well, and if everything is so great, why do our Blackhawks lose power?
Yeah. I'm Sharon. I would like to. I'd love to come down there. And then I said again, but they're going to use weapons to cause destruction and chaos. Just to keep in mind, it's all holographic technology. Don't fall. I agree 100% with her. I agree 100%. I don't think I could have said that better. I agree. I think she's right on.
Oh, I believe she is too.
I think
Nothing but
she's got
demons.
her head in the game.
Oh
She's
yeah,
definitely got
she
her head in
does.
the game. Yep. Just like Sharon said, it's getting close.
Oh yeah, it's getting real close. You know,
Shell said, uh-huh.
my wife had a good point the other day. She said within the next year we'd be in another civil war,
They're talking
and
about it.
I kind of agree with her there.
Sad.
But yeah, it
So
is
sad.
sad. But you
Shell
know,
says, uh, did anyone see the angel recovered underground such detail? I haven't seen
no,
that.
I didn't see it. No, I haven't either. But I don't have a lot of time to do a whole lot.
And Sharon says I need to see the LBL. That is, well, I've already talked to Cal about it. He knows that's one of my bucket
Yep,
lists. Got to go to the LBL.
I told you you need to come down to Kentucky.
I'm thinking we go to LBL and we have steak, shrimp, and bacon.
You just want to lure them in, don't you? Oh, that'd be a bad thing using it for bait.
Yes. And Lana, I agree with you on that also. A lot of people, and Cal knows this, they tried to get me to follow what was popular when I first started, and I stood up to some people I thought was going to run my channel. I stood up to some really big names, and I thought it would run my channel. But when I first started this, I said I wasn't here to follow what was popular. I was here to find the truth. And that's what I've done as an investigator, and that's how I do it here. If I go out, I want to say this real quick just so people know, and I talked to Red Dirt about it tonight. A lot of people ask me, how come you don't do boots on the ground? I do boots on the ground. I do it a lot. I go 3-4 days
all
a
the
week.
time.
I'm always out. But because I'm always out doesn't mean I always find things. It's hard to have an encounter. And when we go out and we work really hard to get that encounter, whenever we have it, it's something special because it doesn't happen every time. We spend a lot of time in the field, a lot of money traveling, tires that we run, ammunition, food,
Gas.
it takes a lot. And we sometimes, and most of the time, we come out empty-handed. And
Yeah,
we,
a long time.
but then there's channels out there that put out 5, 6, 7 videos a day, and they're doing it to follow the in crowd to make the views, and that's not why I'm here. If I don't find nothing, I'm not going to put it out.
A lot of them put up creepy pasta too.
Yeah, I seen you get in an argument the other day about that with a guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I
he'd
wanted to
been
hear,
standing. Yeah, if I want to hear
yeah,
that, I watched Stephen King.
that's what I was going to say. If I want to get scared, I just flip Tubi on. It's free.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, that guy. If he was standing here toe to toe with me, I think he wouldn't like the outcome.
Meredith, yeah, Meredith was telling everybody earlier. He is way up in the mountains. He's on a mountain actually, and sometimes I can't even get a hold of him when we just talk. So the echo is it's normal right now with his location and everything. He lives in the middle of nowhere. Maybe on my channel, he can show you all some pictures from his house, just to show you
Oh
how
yeah,
he's very
my
remote.
my driveway's 415 yards long.
Yeah, his pictures make me jealous. They're beautiful.
Told you I got plenty of land. Come find you a place and we'll put you a homework. You can become a Kentuckian.
Big. Yeah, I used to watch another kid up there. Has a channel on YouTube. Can't think of his name right offhand. He's a funny little guy. Uh, I can't think at the time. I'm getting old. Wendy says, "Do you find that there is a better chance to search for them or sit and let them come to you?"
Just according to what you're looking for.
That's
Sometimes you
what.
have to.
Yeah, and I
Sometimes
think
you
that
have to look for them.
if they're involved in a place like a house or something, just sit and
Yep,
wait on
sit
them.
there. Yep,
There's something.
they'll
There's
come
something
to you.
about that place they like.
Yep, it's like fishing.
And let's see. JD says, "What is the hardest cryptids to take down?" I would say a Bigfoot would be the hardest
Because of
because
the
of the
bone.
mass,
Yeah,
the
the bone
size.
density of them.
Yeah, they're huge. Uh, yeah, that would. I mean, if I had a choice to have a werewolf after me or a Sasquatch, I'll take the werewolf because that Sasquatch
Yeah,
man, he's going to be like a freight train.
built like
I
a
mean,
tank.
just look at them apes in the zoo, how strong they are, and this thing is going to be way bigger than that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, here's another Kentuckian. JD Smooth says he's in Florence.
Lawrence County.
A lot of people from Kentucky in here tonight.
I told you this is a hot spot.
Sharon wants to know, have you ever had anything follow you to your house?
No, luckily I haven't. This is the first
Okay.
time any of us has had it happen.
But you do what I do. We pray up really hard, and we don't provoke it.
That's right. I
You know,
guarantee Tom don't provoke no more either.
I found out something pretty important the other day. I'm going to work on though whenever I do put a team together. Uh, I need to get a female with me. I was doing some reading, even through the 1800s. A female, for some reason, in the field will give you a better encounter percentage. But
Yeah,
also, I think something even smarter and even better than that would be is to make sure that you got somebody on your team that's slower than both you and her.
true. I got a we got a couple flashbangs, and what I always planned on doing was picking one of the team that's pissed me off and just going to pin and saying, "Here, hold this."
Right.
But
Katie said she feels like an outcast being from Wisconsin.
yeah,
You're not an outcast. I think
nah,
I'm the outcast. Oklahoma. I don't
how
think I
can you
hardly get anybody from Oklahoma very much at all.
how can you be an outcast in this family? We're abnormal. There ain't
We're
no
all abnormal.
outcast. Yeah, really.
We wouldn't be camping out in places where we know there's creatures if we were normal.
Yeah, really. And wouldn't look forward to it either.
Oh, we got a guy from Dead Solus is from Chicago.
Well, as bad as I hate to, Mike, I'm gonna have to cut this short. I have work
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yes, you
Okay.
do. You work long hours.
Yeah, have to. Nobody else to do it.
You got to feed them cows too in the morning.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, Cal, we're going to
Right.
let you take out and take care of your business and everything. As always, man, I was glad to have you on here, and we'll have you back again soon, man.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank.
Everybody stay safe.
All right, everybody, that was Cal we had on tonight. He's a really good guest. He lives way up in the mountains, so it is hard to hear him. He works really hard to be able to get his video out to us and everything. Sorry about running late tonight. Like I said, I was down deep in the woods. I was talking to Red Dirt out of Oklahoma here. We're going to be working together doing a video, hopefully coming up soon. I look forward to doing that with them a lot. Um, like I said, we have the most awesome group on Facebook right here, the Abnormal Family. Guys, we keep growing so huge. You guys keep subscribing to the channel. I'm blown away. I cannot believe our numbers. I can't believe everybody that's subscribing is becoming members. You guys are awesome. I can't say any more about you guys. I really believe we have the best group on here. Uh, thanks, Randy. But yeah, I released a video today. If any of y'all missed it, I don't know if they notified y'all, but there is a new video out. It's on the Facebook page or under the community page on the YouTube page. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. I'm going to work on getting Red Dirt back on here. I'll put the notification out when we can make it happen. They are out in the field tonight, so prayers for them. And like I always say, keep your head on a swivel, guys. Don't be something's dinner. And we'll see y'all on the next one. I appreciate each and every one of you.